100 girlfriends. Hello,
100
everybody.
girlfriends.
Guys, okay, so I'm not letting us forget. Okay, we promised. We
Oh, yes,
promised.
yes.
Here I am. I'm here at the chapter. We forgot to talk about the widow Yaku,
Yes.
and I feel this
Just
feels
too
like
much in this talk.
this feels like ageism. This feels like grandma hatred. I can't believe what is wrong with us. Genuinely.
Bias against widows, like
Yeah. So I mean, that's an intense line. You know, we forgot to talk about it
yeah,
last time, and that's really fucking crazy to think about. Like, oh well, here we
yeah.
go.
Good lord.
It reminds me of like the people that get hurt in relationships. They a lot of times they'll be like never again. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to open my heart up to that hurt again. And here she is. And because think about it, out of all the girls, she has been the one that's been the most reserved. In her first chapter with Rento, she wasn't smitten with him. She was like, we'll see, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get the vibe that it's because she's like, I've lived a whole full ass life with a full ass actual husband for like 80 years or some shit. Like, you know, like
We don't even know when he died. Like probably he died like a year ago.
Exactly. It could be fucking recent. We have no idea. Yeah, he died right before she perfected the immortality. Fuck!
Yeah, be fucked.
Unironically, what if her husband dying, Kusuri's grandpa dying was the impetus to her, like, that was the moment that Kusuri, like, learned about death?
That's totally the kind of thing that this would reveal, like 20 girlfriends from now. It'd be like, yeah, actually, that's why Kusuri was, so intent on his immortality drop. He lost her fucking
that's peak.
paternal grandpa, and he's like...
That would work so well. Imagine a conversation between Kusuri, Yaku, and Rentaro, and then it's like, yeah, that was my former husband, and he's like, oh my god, and she's like, yeah, that's why I like druggy wuggies. I was like, I will find a way to cheat death. I will never let this happen again. I could see it. I could really see it, and like again, like it is like all these girlfriends, they all have this like cursed existence in a way. It's all funny, but they all have like one big piece of trauma, and hers is like, if you really stop to think about it, she's been granted immortality, but it clearly wasn't in time for her husband, and that's sad.
Yeah, really. I mean, that would suck ass. Like you like you said, to be granted immortality. Like, God, if it only happened like before he died,
10 years earlier, 5 years earlier, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, live on now forever without them. But
and I still want to know if like I can't remember. I need to go back to the chapter where it was revealed that like her whole family is all young, insta young like this. Did it imply? Was it like an unconsensual thing? Did Kusuri just be like, "Bam, you're immortal now," or like
No, I don't think they. I mean, presumably based on how they're acting, they're not too beat up about it. But like they didn't. I don't remember them saying how it happened.
I just wonder if they were down, or if it was just like
I mean, they probably aren't down with experimenting on each other. Like they're all pharmacists, so like I'm sure they know a thing or two about or have experienced a thing or two from each other.
They're like the fucking...
they're probably doing drugs on baby Kusuri and shit.
Dude, they're like the fucking Willy Wonka of pharmacists.
Yeah.
Like everyone else like is out here doing normal pharmacy science, and like all of a sudden it's like, oh, but did you hear about what's Kusuri's last name, or is that her last name?
The Yakuzens, yeah.
Is that their last? Wait, hold on. What's her full name?
Yakuzen. Oh, Kusuri first name, Yakuzen last name.
So have you heard of the Yakuzens? They've got some crazy shit going on there. That's so funny.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I need more. By the way, I need a follow up on that fucking the big pharma fucking sending like hit squads in there.
Like really taking that like they invented the cure for cancer, but they're hiding it from like a whole new level. Like,
yeah, I'm very curious what the vibe is there, because like I don't remember their house being like super fancy. It's not like they're like super rich, because they should be with the shit that they've invented.
They're just very frugal. They spend all their money on materials for drugs, so they basically don't have anything. They have their priorities straight.
They do it for the love of the game, all right? This is not like a profit thing. We just fucking love drugs, okay? You know what they're doing? They're doing the Nikola Tesla shit. They want to they want to give it to humanity for free, and the big pharma's mad that they can't like copyright it.
Yeah, but Thomas Edison's coming in going like your AC is nothing compared to my direct current or whatever.
Wow, that's crazy. And then there's one more thing I wanted to. So the reason I was oh please.
We didn't talk about Hahari.
Shit! I forgot.
She's also a widow.
Fuck
You're gonna
that!
forget her again.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
struggling.
most of the things we could say similar. Like it's very tragic. She lost Hahari's dad when they were that insane
Oh
backstory.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
The ghost dad.
yeah. I mean, he's resting in a better place now,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Where is she?
I
Help
mean,
me find her in the chapter.
oh, that's in chapter page
No,
8.
yeah. Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Where is she? Where is
We
she?
were like, no,
Oh yeah.
Rentaro-chan
Oh
2,
yeah, two.
no,
Yeah,
please.
that's crazy, man. Oh wow, I'm so
Yeah,
stupid. I fucking she was right next to her.
yeah. That's why we were. That's why I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to commit seppuku, like ritual suicide
I
on
forgot
stream
that
to
it
make
was
up
two
for
of them we forgot to talk about. I thought it was just Yaku. Oops.
Oh Lord.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
maybe we actually do, because I got talked down from the letter. Maybe we will actually have to pull out the blade.
Yeah. Not before our Christmas stream though. At the end of our
Yes,
Christmas
we will.
stream, we'll kill ourselves in true, I don't know,
Yeah,
Jesus
Japanese
fashion.
I guess, yeah. We'll commit Sudoku, and then
We'll crucify
we'll
ourselves.
resurrect. We'll
Yeah.
resurrect 3 days later. So it'll be all good. You know, we'll be all good.
Yeah. Because I can't die until this series is over.
Yeah.
It's very important. Yeah.
This is my life preserver or lifeline or whatever. Like you know how like when in the TVs and books, the character's like, I can't die because my family is there. I need to. I'm like, I can't die because 100 Girlfriends chapter is out next week. I need to read the next.
I gotta know what the 100th girlfriend's gonna be.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, though that is really sad. Again, like I genuinely want to do like a video. I was thinking about this today. You know, I don't know if you're the same way as me, where you just like daydream at work to escape capitalism. So like I all day I was thinking about a video that I want to do just called over analyzing all the 100 girlfriends, which would just basically just be like going through each girl and kind of like analyzing them at like a metatextual level. So like, you know, you have like the level 1 of character, which is like if like an idiot read this series and they were like they'd look at Eiku and be like, masochist, orgasm pain. And then if you know, an idiot looked at Hahari and they're, horny, or, you know, you can go, you see what I mean, right? But like, you next level that analysis, right? So like with I always mix up Hikari and Hahari. Which one's the mom? Hahari, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With
Hahari, just remember, you know.
It's a Japanese
pun. I was gonna say, yeah. Well, okay, it's like mama, like haha, mama, close enough, you know.
I'll try.
She's basically called like Mamori in Japanese. Like the pun names are like, yeah.
No, but I mean, like, her character is fascinating to me because she's like, I mean, like, because it's one of those things where like if I ever talked about her, I'd have to like preface it with like, by the way, in no way am I like forgiving any
endorsing
of
or anything.
Yeah, because if she existed in real life, she would be in jail, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Right. But big but Bud is carrying a lot. The Bud is really lifting a heavy load here. But genuinely fascinating to think about why she is the way she is. We've talked about this in our tier list video, but like I can't get over.
Yeah, plug for that. You know, it's in our live tab.
It is in our live tab, and it's fire. By the way, we got a comment. Did you see the comment from a couple days ago or weeks ago? It was like the most recent one after it went a long time without getting any comments, and then it was like a new one. Did you see it or no?
No, I don't think I have.
Someone was like, because they must have like tabbed through the video, and they were like 3 hours to discuss 10 girls. Fuck this. And then I responded. I was like, I guess someone isn't like a deep analysis.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Like, come on. Just look at like the first 5. I mean, really, there are much better things to be complaining about. Like my mic quality was shit for like the first
2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Trump rudely fucking interrupted the.
Yeah, that like. Yeah. That was a crazy set of streams. Like, come on now, there's a lot going on there.
It really was.
But anyway,
but all I have to say, let me fucking knob slob the pedo Hahari real quick.
Yeah.
So again, fascinating as to why she is the way she is. I genuinely think she's one of like the most tragic characters because she lost her childhood. She was Allie and I were discussing this, right? So she grew up in a rich family. I assume if this has already been clarified or like I don't remember exactly all the details, but I'm assuming that like her family has had like a big business for a while. That's why they're rich. So
I remember
like
that from her. Oh yeah, I remember that from her like that date chapter where She dated when I was like a little girl, a middle school girl, or whatever, high school. They did mention something about like they talk about her past and how like the like a doll, whatever they went to. Damn it! This
it's hard. There's a lot of details. This is why I'm excited for season 2. I need a recap.
Yes.
But anyway, it's clear that she grew up very wealthy and probably very spoiled, right? So then when you get to that decision she made about like artificially inseminating herself at like 13 or whatever with this boy that she loved as he's dying, you get the vibe that like the vibe I get from that is any parents that would allow their daughter to do that are the type of parents that are just like, whatever shuts you up, honey. You know what I mean? I get the vibe that she.
Good lord.
Oh yeah, I get the vibe that she was like.
That's to an extreme.
Wait, say again?
I was like, take that. Yeah, that's the most extreme version of that mindset, that like parenting style. But yeah,
I mean, maybe,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
No, let me clarify. So, because Allie and I were discussing this, right? We got the vibe that like she was probably like hysterical about this boy, right? She was obsessed with this boy, and then he like got cancer or whatever the fuck it was, and she was like insane about it, and we're like, I gotta have his baby. I mean, it's objectively what was going on, right? And then her rich ass parents had the resources to do it, and clearly let her do it because a 13-year-old wouldn't be able to make that decision on their own. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So her parents, what's the word I'm looking for? Enabled that and like paved the way for her to do that. And then she completely lost her childhood, right? Like she almost instantly regretted it. Clearly, not that she clearly loves Hahari, but like you could see from her intro chapters that she was very cautious about like her getting into any relationship because she was like, that ruined my life. You know what I mean? And then of course the chapter I always think of is the one where she dresses as a high schooler and she literally says like, God, I wish I was like your age. I wish I was in high school with you guys. She has mentally regressed herself. The second she allowed herself to feel love again with Rentaro, she mentally regressed like that. She genuinely is that trans age thing, and I say that in quotes because obviously that's no good. But like it's a mental illness. She's got like a real bad mental illness from completely fucking destroying any chance of having a normal childhood at 13. And so
what you're saying is, what you're saying, we need a therapist girlfriend real bad to help these people.
That would be awesome, actually. Therapy always goes. But I mean, like, I don't know. Isn't that just like again? And I have to clarify one more time. In real life, she exists. She's going to jail. But that doesn't erase the fact that like a lot of really tragic circumstances led her to being the person she is. You know, she genuinely. I mean, it's the same. I watched a video about you know, there was, I don't know if I'm sure it still exists, but there was a period of time where like it was really in the limelight. There was like a big like pedo problem in the Smash Brothers community. Like did you remember this?
Well, I've never really been in Smash Bros. Community, so this is
specifically the tournaments, right? Like there would be like big like professional tournaments, and like a lot of these people that would like play in these tournaments would then go on to like sleep with their fans that tended to be like 17, 16, 15, you know. And I watched a video kind of analyzing like the mentality and like what causes that, and it genuinely is like these people, they feel like they never had a chance to be like cool or like I don't know like be cool, and then the first moment they got to be cool was winning this Smash Brothers, like being good at Smash Brothers, and then in their brains they never like matured out of like high school. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and again, I gotta say this 13,000 times because
it's an explanation, not an excuse.
I think it's important to like analyze, like, why did Jack the Ripper murder all those prostitutes? That doesn't mean I'm trying to say it's a good thing. I just like to know
useful information for treating it and preventing it in the first place.
Facts. I like to know why weird people do the things they do, and she is just such a, I think genuinely Hahari is such a deep character. The more I think about her, the more she's like tragic and like genuinely a pest that because of what she's been through. And like she needs to save herself before she goes to jail is what I'm saying.
Yeah, too far.
She needs
even though he really realistically, he's already gone too far multiple times.
Absolutely,
but, when he goes far once more, he needs to be
institutionalized temporarily. Genuinely, and like anyway, I'm sorry to yap about that. I love her character. That weird.
She is a great character.
That's one of the reasons why she raised up in my ranking, because like despite the fact that like I had an initial like ick reaction to her because I was like, oh geez, come on, really. Then I realized like, oh, but he is really writing her in a fascinating way. Like I believe her character. I believe that she would end up like that given what she went through. That mental regression. And one last thing, and then we'll finally get to the actual chapter here. There's a lot. I saw this again recently, and it's like right after she becomes one of his girlfriends. There's like Hahari, and she's having an inner monologue, and she's like, I always respected my mother. She was like cold, calculating, stern, but like loving, really professional. And then it like hard cuts to her like drooling and being like, I made the baby outfit for you. And she's like, this is not my mother. Right? So it's just like genuinely she like mentally regressed. Like it feels like the second she met Rentaro, it was like, oh, second chance of childhood. Here it is. You know what I mean? So like when she does weird sexual shit with these high schoolers and middle schoolers, it's because in my mind she's viewing herself as that age. Again, bad, not allowed, go straight to jail, do not collect $200. But like it's fascinating. Like she is such a mentally damaged character. Okay, I'm done. Final thoughts on that before we move on?
I guess I was saying like throughout all that I was thinking like there really aren't any other. I mean, the girlfriends, you know, they're all pretty psychologically complex for the genre, but like really none of the other girlfriends in the cast, I think, do have that level of like so far that we've seen. They don't have that. They don't have Hahari's level of psychological depth. Like I mean,
I think she might be
at least
up
a
there.
Tragic depth. I mean, they might be able to have like
she's up there on like amount of damaged level. I think you know what I mean, like.
Yes.
And it's fascinating because like she's so rich, and usually you'd think like, oh, you got so much money, you're like so shielded from like most problems, but like in a weird way, like
only naive people.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, this chapter I might have to put like a timestamp. Like the viewer attention thing Let's start. Let's go sequential here. Meru, very cute. Holy fuck. You go ahead and start.
Like I guess after reading this, my main thoughts are, God, she's such a fucking weirdo. I love her. Like it's like I mean, ever since that first daily life where she was like talking about love, talking about kids or whatever.
I yearn.
A rose of desire. Like the way she talks is just so. I mean, all I can say is, people, this is why you should date writers more. Like they'll serenade you in the most like elegant way you've ever fucking heard. Like
there's
it's
a
crazy.
quote, and I can't remember. I wonder if I can find it, but it's like basically it's a quote where it's like, stop saying like or very, or you know, words exist for a reason, and that reason is to woo women, right? Or something like that. there was like a romantic who was like, you know, it's so lazy to be like, you're very beautiful, tell her she's stunning, tell her she's, you know, I don't know, there's got to be some other fucking fancy word. Succulent. Succulent. Tell her the moon is beautiful. You know, like the way Japanese use that. Like that's got to reference some famous like play or something in Japanese culture. They love saying that. The moon is beautiful. Yeah, there's something so magical about dating someone like this, right? Because like I think so. There's I've read a lot about what makes a relationship like fade eventually, because you know, like a lot of relationships don't survive past that first year. And I remember when I first got with Allie, I was doing so much Googling. I was like, how do I make sure this works? How do I prevent that? And like a lot of it is, I've read so much about it. And one of the things was like, people want to keep that mystery alive a little bit. You want to feel like you're always learning something about the person. If you ever get to a point, because I hear this a lot when I'm like with friends and I'm getting like a vibe. I was like, oh, this is a stank vibe between you and your like girlfriend or wife. Like, don't you guys love each other anymore? And then they'll be like, yeah, but we've just been together so long. What's there to talk about? And I'm like, boo, bad excuse. If you ever stop having good conversations with your girl, run. But what I like about Meru is she's got that mysteriousness, and there's just something so hot about that. I don't know what it is, but that's one of the reasons why I love the romance element in Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, because she's like, he's a ghost, and he's like a dead dude, and like she's like the whole time she's like, what's his trauma? I want to figure him out, and that clearly like gets her going. There's a reason that shit's fucking spicy, man. It's like, so like she comes off it like you look at her and you have no idea what's going on in her head, right? It's genuinely like, but it's not like a stupid no idea what's going on in her head. It's like a God, she's intelligent in like so many ways, and like every time I hang on every word she says because it's fascinating, and I love the way her mind works, and I love how she thinks. You know, I really get that vibe from her. Like I would really, really enjoy spending a day with her, even like platonically.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm part of the appeal for me is he's kind of a goober, like like he's over here like, you know, now I'm experiencing you as well, Rentaro-kun, so and then he's like, and now I'm experiencing even more of you, and then he's like, and now I'm experiencing much more. Like that's so goofy, but it's very, you know, cute, and combined with her eloquence with expressing it, I think it does add to that sort of mysterious charm, but it also adds an element of like vulnerability or approachableness, whatever, because, you know, he's not like he's not some like pretentious sort or whatever. She's not afraid to look like a goober, so it makes it a lot.
Compare this to like Uto. Uto's a lot more. I know we've seen her recently. Like
she can definitely be. She would be an unapproachable version, a much more unapproachable version.
We've seen her do this, but like want to wait for Rentaro to make the move, or like you know what I mean. So yeah, it's very different. Yeah, you know, and it reminds me of the thing I really liked from Momiji those couple chapters ago, where she was like, "Nice face you got there, nice lips or whatever." Yeah, nice lips you got there, big boy. Like that's just so. I love
comfortableness with being silly as fuck with your partner.
It's so good, and yeah,
you've gotten past the part. You gotten past the part where you feel like you have to be, you know,
serious.
You have to present your best. Yeah, your best foot. You're more comfortable, you know, doing stuff that. To an initiated part, you might be like, "What the fuck are you saying?" But, yeah.
And by the way, I've known a lot of women who love to just lay on men. That is a woman.
I've definitely heard of this.
or be laid on.
Yes, like you would think it'd be uncomfortable, but apparently it's very. I mean, it's like weighted blanket, but
they have softer flesh than us. They're less bony. Except for Karne, she's very bony.
Don't let her hear you say that. You'll be in the stratosphere, but
she'll fucking hear it. Rentaro will hear me say it, and he'll open the portal so she can beat my ass. But you know, I do want to skip around a second here because you said something that I think makes a really good segue to a different part of the chapter. So there's oh no, it's like Momoha. Is she the gambler? Oh yeah, it's right there. Haha, I did it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I was like, should I say that? Or?
So the thing that I got from this is that I remember a time when Rentaro would like freak the fuck out at the slightest view of titties. And this, I feel character growth here. The character growth is here. The reverse flanderization is here. I mean,
honestly, throughout this chapter, there's several moments where Rentaro was like very
comfortable with it.
You know, chill. Yeah, comfortable, yeah.
And I'm really happy to see that because I'm gonna be real. That's how a relationship works, okay? The first year or so, because Allie and I took it really slow. We didn't fuck until like a year and a half in. But, you know, the first year or so, yeah, you know, you see a little cleavage, you're like, and then, but now it's like she walks out of the shower, those things are flopping. I'm like, hey, nice tits you got there.
Them things are banging.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that we're seeing this progress. I'm really, because one of my biggest...
it was very similar to Kishiga being butt-ass naked in that swimming chapter when Rentaro was way more flustered. I just like, oh, I'm a little blushing, but, you know, this is just her. I know, you know, I know how to deal with this.
I wonder if it's because they're alone too, instead of like, you know, it's a little bit more intimate because they're not like they're in her tent, you know.
Well, I mean, they weren't. Kishiga and him were alone that time too.
True.
But I guess
wait, are you talking about when she was trying to like fuck him? That was very different.
Yes,
that was a different situation.
At the end of yes, he was like legit. Like in this situation, Momoha was having like a fucking like complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
She's remembering her days of gambling everything away. Yeah. She's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be homeless again.
Poor thing.
Oh, God, her nippies, her poor little nippies are being barely covered.
I was gonna say, like, when I saw the second page for this, I saw the panels, my reaction was something like, "Holy moly!" Then "Holy moly!" and then but then I actually read it. Then I read it, I'm like, "Oh, you poor thing!" I was right there with Rentaro, like, "There, you poor thing."
Your fucking foot was like thumping on the ground, and steam was coming out of your ears, and you were like,
"Yeah,
yeah." That's excellent.
Oh my lord!
I wonder if lingering on this panel for too long is gonna make YouTube be mad at me.
Wow, probably.
Oh no.
Like, I wonder. Wait, like she took her. For the way, she took her the jacket off first, but then she took off her pants and then her underwear and then the top. I mean, I'm just imagining how that went down.
Wow, pussy was out first. Yeah.
Yeah, like Rentaro was a tree to fight the show.
I love how casual this is. This is, I feel like sometime in the last 10, 20 chapters, there's been a conscious effort by the author to be like, okay, we need to make, it's got to start becoming a little more like casual. Rentaro can't be freaking out. He's going to have 100 goddamn girlfriends. Yeah. He can't be like Sanji every time he sees a fucking cleavage. You know what I mean? So like, I love it. I'm really, really happy about that. This has been my main frustration with Rentaro is that like he's the Uber Chad, but like he's like it's one thing to be
pure.
Yeah, it's one thing to be like I want to wait till marriage or whatever, but like I feel like early like part 1 of this series he was like he was almost like it's like all right now
he was treating as though having any sort of sexual interest in this girl was merely objectifying them.
Yeah,
and, I mean a lot of people want to be sexually desirable to their partner.
Exactly.
Like it's not a weird or like bad thing. You know?
And that's nice. And I wonder if Rentaro is kind of coming around to that and realizing and I think back to the conversation that he had with Hahari in the freezer or the fridge or whatever, where she just straight up told him like I really want you. I think it's pretty obvious that she's doing this because she even says like I get to strip tease him. He must know that she gets enjoyment from this, and I think even if he's a little uncomfortable with it, like I think now he's like, you know what, like she is doing this for me, and that means the world. That's really nice.
Yeah, he's starting to understand the many shapes and forms of love. He's like, he knows there's not just one right way to love someone.
Yeah, and it's better for my relationship if I enjoy this, because like let's be real, he enjoys it. He's clearly into women, so like instead of fucking like fighting back against this, you have all these women who want to show you their bodies. And they're cool with it, and they want you to look at them and lust after them. Like, fuck, do it up, man. Like, I love it. It's so it continues to show how mature he is. Like, compare him to like most harem protagonists.
That like fucking Kazuha from Rent a Girlfriend. The most the less said about that man, the better. But
yeah. So it's nice. I mean, that was one of the few weaknesses I had with Rentaro was his like overboard on like purity, but like so this is just it's really really nice. It's casual, love it. Okay, let's move on to where I ascended.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. When I saw this, I was like, yep, red is he's going red all over. He's.
Oh my god!
Are you showing that pic you sent me of SpongeBob?
Yeah, let me go to it.
Oh my lord! Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like normally, Eiku doesn't really do it for me, but when I saw that
fucking coward. Sorry.
I mean, I guess. When I saw that pic of her flustered and not even the wet t-shirt, like just her flustered, I was like, oh. Yeah, like, I mean, because normally she doesn't show that type of direction. She shows more like I'm coming, I'm Eikuing or whatever. But
this isn't like this isn't pain. This is embarrassment. It's different.
Yeah.
I
will say the anatomy, like Nozawa
was that. First, take a look at SpongeBob. That's me.
All right, let me.
No, you've already seen it.
Oh yeah.
I do have something to send you, by the way. I made a meme, and I'm glad you reminded me to go to Discord because I got to send you this meme. It came to me. It needed to be done. I made this myself. Here it comes.
All right.
The next guest on Hot Ones.
Oh my lord! Yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be a really interesting one because she can still talk without.
She'd have to talk.
Even like eating.
Right, it wouldn't even affect her. It would just be like her fucking body. She'd be freaking out physically, but she'd be like typing or like. That's awesome. Anyway, look at this. Be grateful for my meme, everybody. Okay.
Memery on display.
Can we get a girlfriend named Memery, please? Bro, a fucking like Reddit Discord mod girlfriend, and her name is Memery, and she does like a bunch of stupid like 2008 memes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's even worse. I was gonna say like she looks like Tom, and he's like, hello, my Discord kitten. But she's doing.
She's doing shit
from. Yeah, she's like the most cringe human being imaginable. Like,
but the author would do his magic and somehow make her lovable. Okay.
Yeah.
Boyish
lovably
mishap.
cringe.
Let's talk about the boyish mishap. Okay. First of all, again, I cannot, when I think about androgyny, I nut. Okay, it's so good. You get a little both. You get the best of both worlds. Okay, so look at the perk. They're so perky. They're so tiny.
I mean,
they're like
It's got the curves and the lines. It's like like you said, best of both worlds. Yeah,
words can't even describe. What can I even say about this other than just like look at it? I want to frame this.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because this is like, I mean, Eiku is definitely the type we probably consider like one of the boys, but it's always like this is something the girls have to deal with, where like sometimes you get in these sort of situations, remind you you are actually a girl.
I'm
really
whatever. Glad you said that. Continue though.
Yeah, it's like it's like when being one of the boys goes wrong, whatever. Like
that's exactly what you've just said is like one of my favorite tropes, especially in hentai, right? Where it's like but there's a hentai called, I think is it like My Boyish or my tomboy friend or something, I don't remember, but like it's
hentai. I mean, there was an anime that had a similar.
There's definitely a hentai where it's
there are definitely hentai.
Like a girl who's like, and I love that, right? Where you're just like hanging out and like something reminds you that they're a girl, like there's like the reminder of that, and like the reminder of the biological difference, and there's something so hot about that, like because. Not all straight people, obviously, but a lot of straight people are the way they view relationships is real weird. They're like so obsessed with the gender difference, and they're constantly pushing it in your face. And it's like, wear dress.
It's very. Are the straights okay? The answer was probably no.
So like my what's it called? What's the word? Remedy to that. Thank you. My remedy to that has always been like, every relationship that I've had that's just like I treat it like a friendship has always been so much better. When you go into it expecting it to be something different, that's how it becomes like this weird power indifference, or like a weird power imbalance, because they're looking at it as like, we're not friends, we're like partners in like a financial life, and we're also partners in like raising a child, and like that's our like godly duty. And there's so many weird things that but point being, Eiku is that perfect representation of like, it's just your buddy, She's not out here like to act like a girl or to be uber girly, and there's an appeal to that too. That's the whole point of this series. There's so many different girly appeals. Like if you want that girly appeal, you can go for Mimimi, or even Hahari likes to be very feminine and girly, even though she's hiding the horny underneath. But Eiku really is just the type of person who would. I assume, I'm not too sure if does this look like a sports bra to you or no?
Yeah. It's like, because a normal brassiere would usually
it'd be separated, more, right? Like there'd be more of a in the middle thing, like that would kind of separate.
It can be, but I don't know. I guess this is just like an archetypal sports bra, so that's I wouldn't really question.
And Allie wears those all the time too, just because again she's a tomboy and she doesn't really like to deal with them fucking moving around, And there is just something. I know I'm yapping. I'm preaching to the choir here, but like there's just something so attractive about a tomboy, and like Eiku just feel like that. And I love. And by the way, I thought about this when we were reading this. We were talking earlier about like exercising with Eiku, and we were discussing if she would like wait for you or if she would run right ahead, and I was convinced like she would absolutely wait for you. She would be the type of person who'd want to like help you and train you, so I love that her and Rentaro, the implication here is that they go on like daily runs, and I think
they run till they sweat, like, so I'm like, I don't know, maybe it was a little funny. Because I read that line like phew, it's hot, may as well spray me all over. I'm like why maybe I'm a little too porn brain, but is that line a little sus to anyone?
I did also think that. I also was like, Eiku, you're really, and this is another. I was even gonna say like, Eiku, you're not thinking about the fact that like you're wearing like a wet white t-shirt here, but then I was like, no, that's Iku's boy brain. She's not thinking. She doesn't. She's probably. Let's be real. I don't get the vibe that she hangs out with a lot of, I don't know, dudes other than Rentaro. I don't think I get that vibe with a lot of these girls, actually. Because like I think her main friends were the other members of that girl baseball team that have mysteriously vanished and never come back.
They went to the U.S., so that's how maybe we'll see.
Are they ever coming back?
I don't know.
Anyway.
They could. I mean, I'm sure Natty would love to be regaled by their stories of the great U.S. of A.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be a great chapter, actually. But yeah, no, Eiku gives me the vibe of that, like, you know, she probably, just like Rentaro might view her as like one of the boys, at least I certainly would. I think that Eiku probably views Rentaro as one of the girls, or just one of her friends. You know, that's the vibe I get from her. You know, and
I mean, they kiss each other every once in a while, but you know, other than that,
let me clarify. This might just be my personal view on it, but I feel like in a perfect world, you would kiss your friends, just like, you know.
Yeah, I guess your best friends are your partners, and your partner is your best friend. You know, like that kind of
I
big
mean,
old polyamorous.
One of the things that
world,
makes,
you know,
with my viewpoint on things, it is hard to, like, what is the line between like a relationship and a friendship? And to me, I think obviously, like, it's sex and kissing and that body intimacy, but I love deeply hugging my best friends. You know what I mean? And like, I'm yapping hard. I apologize. But point being, I think honestly, I think it is just like the one you choose to live with and share finances with.
Yeah,
that'd be the main one for me. But point being, I love tomboy. I love androgynous. I love one of the boys. And then, oops, I forgot I have boobies. So good. Everything I've ever wanted in my entire life. She's gorgeous. She's also like toned. She's so physically fit, which is really attractive. Your
eyeballs shoot out like telescopically, like you shoot up in the air, like your jaw falls onto the floor.
The tongue rolls out like a carpet.
Yeah.
God, she's, and again, like, one last thing, okay? It's if these girls didn't have like a great personality, it would be like 20% of what I'm doing now, because like physicality.
Because hot anime girls are like a dime a dozen. Like,
exactly.
You don't have to look hard to find them.
It's like when I see this, it's knowing that she's got a whole life and personality and dreams and ambitions. Like, when a girl I love women with dreams and ambitions.
Like, does anyone else like their girlfriends with dreams and ambitions and a personality and an inner life? Like,
it's just,
am I just weird?
Is it weird? It's kind of, it's just so hot when girls have lives and opinions and dreams and ambitions.
That's something I'm going to bring up with another girlfriend whenever we get to her.
Fuck yeah. I'm sorry, please continue.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll when we get to her, I'll bring it up. But yeah,
exciting. Do we want to move right along to Shizuka?
Oh yeah. Let's
spicy.
Yeah, let's Shizuka and her quiet fierceness, which I've always, I always love bringing up. Like, like this is another example of what you mentioned, where like there are a lot of cute, shy anime girls, but they're often just cute and shy. But like Shizuka is someone who's shy more like because of the shit she dealt with from her mother, but like she's naturally a kind of like a fierce-ish person. I mean, look at that little cute like determined slurping of those
genuinely
spicy
killed the fucking glug glug glug. The sound effects were everything.
Yeah,
you can just imagine her little like kitten breaths, like because her body is like hummingbird. It's giving hummingbird energy, where they're like her fucking. You could snap her fucking bones like a toothpick because she's so tiny. So it's just.
I mean, she gets regularly sent around by like fucking gusts of wind. She's like a fucking like, like you said, hummingbird body.
And we just had like a big yap about what was so and the reason that was so yappy is because it is so hard to like put into words why something is attractive or why something is hot. So fucking hard. But like, I'm gonna try to do that with Shizuka. Shizuka's appeal is that she's so tiny, but so strong-willed. You know what I mean? And like you were kind of saying that too. Like, that's one of the things. Like one of the things I'll constantly notice about my girlfriend is so she's really short. She's like 5'1". Sometimes we measure. Some doctors will say, "No, you're just 5 foot, bitch. You ain't 5'1". And a touch chubby, but just like me. But the chubby goes to the good places. Nice thighs, nice ass, etc. So it's kind of like
thick,
exactly.
red. He's not. Yeah.
Well, I'm just being honest. I'm chubby.
Yeah.
She's
all right.
chubby,
All right. Yeah.
I think chubby's the nicer way to say it, right? She do be thick though. But point being, the reason I bring that up is because her body's so short, and like she's got the tiniest legs and the tiniest arms, and there's so, like I can like fit my like I can just put my finger like in a circle, like my finger, my thumb, like around her wrist, and I constantly will do that, and I'm like, this shit's so small, and then I'll look at her hand and I'll be like, girl, your hand is so fucking small. How do you do anything? I'm constantly like, how are you?
The world must appear as made for giants to you, like.
And like I'll look at her feet and I'm like, how are you walking with these motherfuckers? Like, what? And it's so cute. It's so fucking cute. They so small. how they so small and just doing shit. And like it's the dichotomy for me because again, I love women so goddamn much. I'm kind of a simp. I'll be honest. It's one of the reasons I like this series so much. And I find women just so empowering and I don't know, inspiring because like physically they're so tiny. Not all of them, but they're so tiny. But they do so much cool shit, and I'm like, oh my god, I love that dichotomy. I love it. So like, that's Shizuka's appeal. That's part of her appeal, at least. Anyway, the yap session's over. Go ahead.
Well, I'll bring up. Okay, well, this is one thing that Rentaro does need to develop more than like he's always being a little too protective of the girlfriend. Like on the second page of
willing to hurt himself, right?
Yeah. I'm just here like calm down, Rentaro. She's stronger than you think. She can handle this. Like I mean, yeah, her tummy's gonna hurt, but she'll be fine. Like a little pain is not gonna like destroy someone.
I like how you said hort there, HORT. Her tummy's gonna hort. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I still do hope that you've mentioned that we need a chapter where Rentaro kind of gets like a reality.
He overextends himself, and he has to be like truly over. Not just get sick, and we have like three chapters of the girls doing on, but like where he's like real like Rentaro, please love yourself as much like half as much as you love, or like 1/100th as much as you love your girlfriends, and everyone will be better for it. It's like
I think that would be lovely. I would love a moment where like he overextends himself and he like genuinely really hurts himself, and they have to like nurse him back to health for a while, and like maybe that's like the moral at the end of that story.
Yeah.
That
said, everything is forgiven because like at the end of this bit, he finishes Shizuka's quote. Like this motherfucker still remembers every line from that
book?
Fantasy book that I didn't even realize it at first until I saw the quotes. I was like, but why are there quotes? Like, oh my, he's quoting the damn book. He must do that like regularly with Shizuka.
I'm sure.
This is their own little in-joke.
I'm sure they're talking about books all the time, not even just her like favorite series. I'm sure like I'm sure she constantly recommends him books, and because he's insane, he's able to finish them in like one day.
Yeah,
he
just downloads them into his brain.
I really liked this May thing, the May moment here.
Ooh, yeah.
I thought this was so clever to see her being jealous of Siri. What a fucking idea! That is so funny. Crazy. And the way Rentaro deals with it by being like, "Siri, can you kiss me?" Nah, that's what I thought. That's so good.
Like that was smooth. Like this man is really learning how to work his girlfriends, for lack of a better term. Like I imagine by the end of this series, he's gonna be like a fucking Casanova. Like any time his girlfriend happens to a psychological issue, he's just gonna be like he'll solve it like that. So
he knows what really each one needs instantly. He knows all their things. If Natty is sad, he's gonna go get her McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if she's like, I'm not a true American, he'll whip out a Big Mac and be like, and she'll scarf it down and he'll be like, I ain't ever seen an American eat a Big Mac as fast as you eat a Big Mac.
Yep. I love May here saying like he can't, like, I'm sorry, I can't read the pattern of the weather. Like, girl, what are you like do you like? I don't even know what to say. Like,
this would have been a great moment for a One Piece reference that they like to do a lot. He should have been like, "You're not Nami."
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like,
Nami can do that.
In pre-modern farmers and sailors, they were actually able to tell the weather. They didn't have any. Yeah, they didn't have any of our modern gadgets and gizmos. They literally had to like look at the clouds and shit and like watch animal behavior and shit. Apparently I looked up for this bit, but apparently you can tell the kind of weather is by looking at like the corona of the sun, like because the atmospheric things sort of change.
What you're telling me is that May actually is slacking then.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because when I fucking read this, I was like, yeah, no one can do that. And now you're telling me people can do that. So May is slacking. She's right. She needs to fucking...
she has to have her priorities. She can't do everything. She's good at kissing, and no one can take that away from her. Yeah,
they're all.
Yeah. It seems May here is facing the problem that a lot of us are going to be facing, of being replaced by artificial intelligence.
Oh, no, it's too real.
She's feeling that impending pain of being being placed and not having anyone for the displaced human do anything in place of that. So socially conscious of Nakamura to have that little bit of a There's social commentary in there.
Given that Rentaro like is icky about even doing like a YouTube with Akko, I feel like he would never fuck with the AI. He would never.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
Unless it was an AI girlfriend.
No, I don't want it.
Well, damn. That'd be the first girlfriend. You're like, nope.
I am AI racist.
Damn.
I'm coming out. That's one of my favorite memes.
I'm coming out. I'm coming out now, guys.
Yeah, there's a meme I've been seeing a lot, like as AI has been kind of becoming a big thing, where it's like preemptively coming out as a robophobe.
Now, to be fair, the main issue is not the AI, but it's fucking capitalists that want to replace every fucking human being with AI without any plan for what is going to like happen. Like, it'd be a lot less troublesome if an artist, for example, didn't have to worry that they wouldn't be able to get any sort of meaningful employment, or or they have their work stolen from them without any sort of permission or recompensation. Or like that. But the AI would not be a problem in that situation.
No, you're totally right. Yeah, I was.
There would still be like Puritans who would be like, I don't care about whatever. Like, this is not art or whatever.
Oh yeah, and I will be one of them.
Would be a lot less.
I will be one. Oh
yeah.
Because or you talk just to make sure I understand. You're talking about Puritans that believe that art isn't art unless a human makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I absolutely believe that.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you'd be an example of it.
Yeah, I mean, because
for me, I don't. Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, have a cringe take.
Well, I mean, for me, the way I approach art is more like the way like an athlete treats like doing like different sort of like athletic feats, maneuvers. Like, it's more like, can I pull off that stunt? Can I do this thing? Like, so the AI thing doesn't really bother me that much, because it's just like, that'd be like if someone came onto the thing with like a robot to do the.
Oh, you take it as more like a personal challenge?
Yeah, so I just feel like it's kind of weird that you were trying to call yourself a shot putter when you're having the robot do it for you, but I don't really care. That doesn't stop me from shot putting my shot put and trying to become the best shot putter I can become. But I mean, I can even with that perspective, I can still see how like if the AI started coming in, if the robots now started coming in, like replacing all the jobs, so the athletes couldn't even. They didn't have the resources to pursue their passion. That would still be annoying, even though I'm not pissed. Even though I'm not pissed like on a principled level at the robot, doing the thing.
Well, that's kind of my point is that, like, for me, art is art because there's like a human emotion and motive and idea behind it, right? Like, it's not just colors on a sheet or words on a paper that are randomly generated. It's like, I wrote this because it gave me happiness, or I had like an idea that I wanted to put out there. You know what I mean? So like, and I feel like unfortunately a lot of people don't engage with their art like this, but I get a lot of pleasure kind of engaging with art on multiple levels, right? Kind of like I said earlier about like the secondary level of analysis with Hahari. I feel like a lot of people don't read it. There's a chunk of people, and that's our community, and that's like the subreddit for it probably and stuff. But like, I think there's a lot of normies that just kind of look for like their entertainment slop for the day. And
they're just consuming.
Exactly.
Just like they're not even digesting. They're just consuming shit.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. So the reason that the AI shit scares me is because for those normies, which probably makes up like 60 to 70% of the population, they are going to be super fine and happy with their AI slop whenever it gets good enough to kind of be able to mimic actual visual artistry, right? And I don't want art where there's like an actual message behind it to disappear. I think it will always be there, but I think it's going to become like when you're buying eggs and it's like, these are free range eggs and these are the cheap eggs.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, probably.
I think that's kind of what art's going to be in the future. There's going to be like your shit slop AI movies, and then it'll be like, ooh, how quaint, a human made movie.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening.
And that's why I'm all about the indie. The indie scene is the savior of everything. That's why I fuck hard with Has-Been Hotel. I fuck hard with Hell of a Boss. I fuck hard with Digital Circus, Murder Drones.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do a similar thing with like fanfic. Like, whenever I see like a sort of interesting anime premise, I immediately go to fanfic, because like 9 times out of 10, fanfic authors are going to take the story in ways that like the traditional medium wouldn't. I'm just not going to even. Yeah.
You're totally right. Anyway, that yap aside, moving on to we already did the drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, the sleepy girl. I love this so
Sleepy
much.
Nemu.
So this was very, very needed, because she's so new. She's brand new, so I'm paying extra close attention to every time she shows up.
Where's your trauma?
Yeah, not even just where's your trauma, but like I'm looking for more character traits, right? I'm looking for what other character traits are there? What are we adding on to her? Loving roller coasters was not what I expected, but I love it. Go ahead.
I was like, oh god, she's becoming a fucking adrenaline junkie. Like, girl, just drink coffee or like get a good night's rest. You don't need to do these fucking like life threat, like, you know, maybe not threatening, but you know, I can totally see like he gets like what's the word, like he gets desensitized to roller coaster, starts falling asleep, and it's like, oh, I got something even crazier. It's like, so I can stay awake through that, and then progresses to fucking like actually dangerous shit.
I could absolutely see that. Absolutely. I think, again, there's a tragedy behind this. There's like a sadness to this. Look at her eyes and her face. And she's still exhausted. Look at that final panel. Like she's like, you know, but she's loving it because she's like, oh my god, I've been conscious. For like she said, I've
never felt so awake before. Like, girl, how, like, in your entire life you've never felt this awake before? That's not good.
I hope she's okay. She's not okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Her life has been changed. And so the end of this chapter, it talks, so it previews the next one, and it says Rin and Nemu have an unexpected point in common. I want that point in common to be adrenaline junkie, but like different sources, right? Like she likes violent movies, and like, so I mean, maybe it could be something else, but like I genuinely wonder if that will be like the point in common. Like maybe she'll find that like watching super scary violent movies keeps her awake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes
her too afraid to go to sleep. So
she's like, interesting.
Yeah, like, oh god, that's like the number one reason why I hate watching horror movies. Like, I mean, I can normally deal with them in the moment, but everyone's like, it's time to go to the bath. It's like 12 o'clock. It's time to go to the bathroom. You got to go through the hallway, and it's dark and shit. And your mind starts playing tricks, and you're like, oh.
I remember when I first played the genocide run of Undertale. It was the middle of the night, and keep in mind, I was spoiler free on it. I had no idea what was gonna happen. So, like, as you play through that, the music's changing. The whole atmosphere is dark. Sans straight up tells you, like, if you fucking fuck with my brother, you're gonna regret it. And then, so I had just killed Papyrus. The music cuts. There's, like, it's creepy sounding. It's the middle of the night. And I was like, nope, I gotta play this during the day. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was gonna turn into a damn horror movie or a horror game or something.
Yeah, a horror movie, because it's an actual movie. Like,
hell yeah. I mean, well, you ever played Metal Gear Solid?
Oh, yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4 has an infamous hour-and-a-half long cutscene.
Really, it's a movie that has some gameplay almost attached to it.
That's Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima just needs to make a goddamn movie. Genuinely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do like this from Nemu. It's adding more. Like, this is once again, we're gonna bring it out, the reverse flanderization. Thank you, Kirby guy. Because again, a lesser author. That's got to be on a T-shirt if we ever have merch. A lesser author. That's my catchphrase. A lesser author would just lean into the sleep thing, and that would be her whole character. But like, oh, now we've
goddamn ground.
Yeah, and we've given her something now. She loves roller coasters. We can add that to the wiki of like things about her. I love that. She loves roller coasters. And I love roller coasters, by the way. So I would absolutely love.
Same here. I think I'm the only one in my family who loved. Like, I remember as a kid, we visited like one of those tent carnival things at the like local strip mall, price shop, whatever. They had the spinny cup thing just like they did here, and like between it was me, my mom, and my brother, and like. Between me, I was the only like them. My mom was like, it's a little too much excitement for me and my brother. He was like a toddler, so he didn't really. He was like crying because it was like too fast. But I was like, yeah, this is great. I want to do it again. I think I went back on it by myself because my mom had to take care of my brother. But yeah.
As a side note, I love that she is the one doing the spinning while she's asleep. Like Rentro's just sitting there, and he's kind of got that like awkward face, and she's just like. I was gonna go woo, but she's not saying anything. She's just fucking powering. She's
snoring excitedly.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I love her. I am starting to really like this actually, because I didn't really know where to put her on the tier list. She was probably like a high B, but like her loving roller coasters, that might bump her up. I like that a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting. I mean, yeah, a very interesting character. Like already, like.
Yeah, and she's the character that her and Hahari are the ones I most want to see the trauma addressed in like a professional manner.
Yeah, yeah, that's why, that's why we need that therapist girlfriend. Like, it'll be funny because she'll be the most fucked up one. Like, following because like therapists, like 9 out of 10, they go in and be like, I wanted to figure out what was wrong with me, and and it just so happened to be that helped me help other people. But that was kind of a happy side effect.
That's wild. Oh, also, I'm gonna die. End my agony, please. Is so funny.
Yeah,
it's the fucking euthanasia coaster. Do you know what that is? Have you heard of that?
Oh wait, yeah, I think
there's like a hypothetical roller coaster that would kill you if you went on it.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. But yeah, go into it because I'm sure our
would you like to see the picture of the euthanasia coaster?
Oh yeah, because that would definitely remind me like
euthanasia coaster.
And people come up with the wackiest shit.
Hypothetical steel roller coaster and euthanasia device. It's designed with the sole purpose of killing its passengers.
It's like I'm hoping it's supposed to be consensual because then it'd be like the fucking like a suicide booth from Futurama or whatever.
Oh yeah. I assume it would be like a death row thing. Like you get do you want the electric chair or do you want the roller coaster? Like
that's a little more dystopian than what I was thinking of, but yeah.
I think a suicide booth.
Yep. This is exactly the loop-de-loops to get progressively tighter until
until it just snaps your neck or fucking breaks your blood vessels. I don't even know what
I think it's supposed to be like it starts to pull your blood away from like your brain so eventually
because the idea is it wouldn't be painful. I think is part of it, right? It would be exciting, it'd be fun, and then it also wouldn't be painful.
And then you just go to sleep forever now. Like, I mean, yeah,
I'm like thinking about it,
which is weirdly relevant for the girlfriend we're talking about right now. But yeah,
oh God, do not put her on the euthanasia coaster. Holy fuck, man. Lord. Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
I love her though. I am really, really glad we're getting another focus chapter on her. And again, we're kind of skipping to the end here, but like the fact that we're getting a Rin Nemu chapter, I know you and I.
I mean, yeah. When I saw, I was like, oh my god, Rin chapter. I didn't even care about Nemu, just Rin chapter. Like, I mean, when was the last time we had like an actual Rin focus chapter?
It wasn't even barely a focus because it was part of the like daily life. But the last
I wasn't counting that.
The last focus I could think of was the violin show he went to with her. But beyond that, no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like there was the construction one where there was like Rin and Aira and the other two, and then there was also one
showed up and he like helped.
Yeah, at the end he was like I was so busy fixing the roads. And then there's also the one not too soon after her introduction with Hahari Mimi where they went to that Hahari Mimi where they went to that like fucking like they had the Chainsaw Man teddy bear and shit. It's like crazy and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited because Rin is that rare girl where you, me, and Rue, my other friend that did a tier list with us, also on our live section, by the way, we all agree she's the triple trifecta S tier, right?
Yeah.
We fucking love Rin here. In this household, we stand Rin.
Yeah, all my homies love Rin.
I need to make that as a meme. That's great. So we're getting some fucking Rin Nemu is gonna be great. I'm really excited. I hope it is that they watch a horror movie together and she's like, because I'm getting sheltered religious vibes from her family. Are you feeling that?
Yeah, because I mean it's like her dress or her fashion sense.
Yep.
Does feel a little bit like like
conservative, Amish.
Traditional lady, Amish maybe. And she's a fucking cobbler. Like he cobbled
exactly right. Yeah. So I could see it where like the chapter is like, oh, movies always make me sleepy. I could literally see her being like, oh, I really can't even watch movies. I like within the first 5 minutes I fall asleep every single time. And it's like, oh well, have you ever tried Saw 27 Jigsaw in space? 27, yeah. And she's like, then because of her like conservative family that we're assuming she has, she's probably never seen a horror movie, so she's probably been like, oh, well, I've never been allowed to watch those, and she's like, come on, girl, it's just me and you, come on. They
told me these will give you nightmares, and I was like, oh, well, I I don't have nightmares. I already have so much trouble going to sleep. I don't want to have nightmares when I go to sleep now.
And she's like, nah, girl, it's going to change your life. And then, like, maybe for the first time, she's able to watch through a movie because, again, because I like the idea that's kind of maybe being seeded here that, like, the solution that she's going to come to for her problem is being an adrenaline junkie, which will be such a hilarious dichotomy that, like, she has her asleep form, and then, like, when she's awake, she's desperately trying to not be asleep by doing increasingly crazy shit. That would be fascinating.
I love that.
I could see her, like, trying to go on a run with Eiku and being like, I gotta keep my blood pressure, or I gotta keep my fucking heart rate up, let's go!
Yeah.
And then she falls asleep mid-fucking run, and then she goes faster.
Oh my, yeah, the opportunities for sleep-based comedy are endless. Like,
Can I just knob slob us for a second? I watch every single one of our reviews after like when they come out because we are that funny. I'll say that. And there's a part from our last one that I fucking love where I said something like, oh, Nemu has kind of set herself up as like queen of the night, and what I meant, and then I was like, because anytime there's like a sleep event, and then you cut me off and you were like, oh, you know, those common sleep events.
Yeah, sleep event. Like,
that killed me, dude. It's really funny. Yeah,
it's not like an SCP like a phenomenon or whatever. Like,
that's kind of what I was going for. Like
these sleep events designated SCP-90, like 30, like 31. It's because it's 31 girlfriend, like 31-J or whatever.
Hell
like,
yeah. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Oh wow. Anyway, that was really funny. Moving on. Love Nemu. Very excited to see her in Ren. And then we have an F tier girl. I'm sorry, it's real. I don't really.
Yeah,
care.
I'll admit I didn't have too much to say on this one. Just like bro, Rentaro ain't even hiding. He's like you've been kissing my distance. He's like, yeah. He's like,
I think the main thing. Yeah, obviously. Are you kidding me?
He's like, I knew it. Even the size crazy wouldn't get it. He's like, well, I mean, I do it about every day, you know. It's
the
like,
fact that he says about every day, ooh man, I feel like that's the fact that he has time to kiss all of them every day is so impressive to me.
Crazy, like not even like he can't even spend 1 hour with every girlfriend anymore. Like,
that's facts.
There's 31 of them now. But
let's be real, he's like manipulating causality and time to fucking somehow have this.
Every hour a day, he's spending 24 hours with each girlfriend.
That's like some fucking Anchorman, like that Anchorman joke where he's like, they say 60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, he's like, I would love to see Rentaro say that. Like someone tries to like insult him, like, you're a shitty boyfriend. And he's like, I'll have you know that I spend 24 hours a day, every hour of the day with all 31 of my girlfriends. It's like, what?
24/7, 7 days a week, 365.25 days a year.
24 hours every hour, every 31 girlfriends. That's awesome. But I think the main thing that I picked up from this part is that she smells her on him.
Yeah.
And that's just, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, but granted, she it's even crazy because she smells her through 30, well, I guess 29.
That's facts!
29 other girlfriends. There I mean, he's not lying. He has like a bloodhound.
Oh yeah.
That's going, well, whatever she says.
Listen, girls have pheromones, men have pheromones, and if you love someone enough, you do start to kind of get a vibe for their smell. There's her smell. That's her smell. And what was I gonna say? But yeah, no, I you know, this section is. We talk a lot about reverse flanderization. This section is pretty much just flanderization, which is fine. It's okay if you do it every once in a while, but I mean, nothing new was gained here. She's just doing I like my sister, actually, and not you.
Like, we learned once again that Mai she's just too easy. Like, all you have to do is, all Ren has to do is kiss her, hug her, and he's probably not even thinking about Ren hugging her. He's thinking, like, oh, these are the same arms that hugged May. These are the same lips that kissed May. Like, that's probably what he's thinking.
I'll give her a touch of what's the word? Where you give
charity
someone
or whatever.
Benefit of the doubt.
Benefit
I'll give
of the
her
doubt,
a touch of the benefit of the doubt. I do think that she does actually like him.
Well, yeah. Like, I think he has all these BS, like she tells herself in her head that she doesn't like her, but like obviously in her heart of hearts,
she hasn't comprehended the idea of the polycule yet. All she needs to do is realize that she can she can fuck both of them. Oh, I actually don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if May. I don't get the vibe that May likes her back. I'm gonna be real.
Like, yeah, he just kind of puts up with her. He's like,
yeah,
I mean,
it's not great.
I mean, have you seen the way she spanks her when he fucks up? Like, he's just.
Well, she probably likes that. She probably enjoys that dynamic.
Well, I mean,
not
unfortunately,
May,
Mai does seem to dislike it. Like the way she.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like the
I
way she
haven't
like.
seen it in a while. I don't remember.
I mean, I think it's more. I think it's less because of the pay, more because he's disappointed. Maybe rather.
Yeah. I don't know. If I liked a girl and she was spanking me, I think I would learn to like it.
But she needs to take a page from Eiku. That's
exactly.
That's basically what it comes down to. They need to have their.
I'm sorry.
They need to have their little 2-person chapter where
yeah, and Iku's gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen the way
when May spanks my ass, like it's like the greatest thing in the world. Like.
I can see
like
how this
no one does it like she does.
Yeah. Just the robotic, like what I was gonna say,
wow.
the lack of like resistance, or what's not resistance, like like
the lack of
holding
mercy,
back,
like
right?
no mercy.
Yes. I get the vibe that like she does not. Like, I think most people with her smacking an ass, they're probably like, oh, I don't want to go crazy hard. She doesn't care. Like, that shit's gonna, like, blister.
Her inhuman service to devotion to service allows her to spank without any compunction or regard for human well-being. It's
compunction was a phenomenal word you just popped out there. Thank you. Exactly. I would love that. Like, I could see the conversation between her and Eiku going, like, listen, like you said, May has spanked Eiku, but I could see her being like, but when she spanks you, it's twice as hard. I can fucking tell. I can. Yeah,
I remember like, I remember that they managed like they pointed out. I think during like one of those times, like the only like this like Mai is the only one who brings out that side of May. Like, because normally she's so focused on serving others, but when Mai fucks up so inexcusably, May shows a new
which
side
is
of
interesting
herself.
because that is a form of love, right? Like there's she treats her different because she cares for her. She wants her to be better. It kind of reminds me, it's a parental love. Let's be real, right? Like it's the same way that like,
or maybe a big sis. Yeah,
one or the other, right? For sure. I guess big sis is what they're going for, but like it's kind of like if your dad gets mad at you, but it's because like, oh, I don't want you to turn out like I turned out, or I want you to be better than me. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But anyway, point being though, I think I could see Eiku being like, I see how she spanks you. She spanks you twice as hard as she spanks me. And it pisses me off that you're not enjoying it like you should be.
Like, I can read into like the minute psychological like all the psychological details of how someone smacks someone. Like, I can read your whole personality.
I saw the ripple of your thigh, and I fucking like speedometer, like police officer speedometer.
Yeah, I can read the patterns of the ass smack.
I love that. Yeah, she's got the Sharingan for it. All right, so then we have Hahari renting out an entire fucking like penthouse restaurant in the fucking city.
I'm like, is it just the floor or the whole building? I mean, knowing her, it's the whole damn building. It's probably the whole block. Like,
if anyone fucking dares to interrupt this date, she would fucking hire assassins. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she doesn't need to hire assassins. She's got May. May, assassinate that guy.
That is her assassin.
Yeah. But I love Rentaro in a suit and trying to be like, oh fuck, oh god, which napkin goes where?
Using the right fork.
And then her being like, honey, would it please you if we watched the 100 Girlfriends anime? Like, so random.
Can you imagine what that must be like to watch an animated version of you and like you and Ali like getting together and shit? Like, how weird would that be? And you watch that for dinner. Like, it's not even like...
Well, you know what's funny? They're watching the special ending where the and so like that's always what they want. That's clearly Hahari's favorite part because it's her special little song that she came up for Rentaro. And I like, it's the part where her daughter is like fucking holding up like the no. And like, I recently,
stop being so horny, mom. But
I recently rewatched this part, and it's funny how like the first couple chapters after Hahari joins the polycule, Hikari is like a little skeeved out by it, but she gets used to it so quick. Like she is so over it now, and I wonder. My headcanon is that she just kind of realized like, why am I antagonizing my mom when we have the same goals? Right,
I get the same boyfriend.
Exactly.
Like,
oh please go ahead. Sorry.
I don't even know what to say. Like, because You saying had the same goal with like that's some more like normal way to phrase it. But then, you think of what that actually means in
What that means
context.
is the same horny is what I mean by that, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like the vibe I get, because in the beginning she's kind of weirded out by it, and I remember. So Allie's favorite, keep in mind she's only seen season 1. Allie's favorite is Hahari. She really likes Hahari. She loves the horny. Oh, sorry, that was me holding back a hiccup. I was anyway. She loves the horny. She loves Hahari. She loves the horny. She really loves the mole on the fucking thigh ass meat. And I found it interesting because like she really feels bad for Hahari because she loves Hahari and she's like, man, I'd be so pissed off if my mom fucking butted in on this fucking harem that I was in.
You're gonna home wreck. Your own mom is a home wrecker.
Yeah, but it's interesting to me that she does seem to have gotten over it, right? Yeah. So like I said, my take on it, and then I'd be curious on your take after I say mine. My take on it is that like I think she just realized like I'm super horny. I get that from my mom. And instead of fighting about it, we can work together. Like now, they just kind of seem to like high five each other, like in the background. Like, fuck yeah, mom, horny. I love it.
Yeah, I do think, the moment they kind of like pushed Hahari to sort of like accept whatever was that chapter you mentioned where like it started out with like Hahari like reminiscing on how her mom was always this austere, stern figure, and we hard smash cut to her being a goofy fucking goober. That was the first chapter where the girlfriends get turned into babies, which happens like every 10 girlfriends or whatever. And like during that chapter, Hahari basically has this realization that, oh my god, raising kids is so fucking hard, and it's like my mom did this all on her own, and and I think part of it is realizing what she sacrificed to raise her, but then also being like she has a chance now to be the person that she couldn't be back then. I'm gonna allow her to be happy, and even though it might, even though I was, yes,
we've all kind of made a pact in the polycule to not report her to the police.
As long as she doesn't do anything too,
that ship has sailed.
Yeah,
the Kishika moment was insane. I will never. That's burned into my fucking skull.
Yeah.
God, that was
that is one of the 100 girlfriend moments of all time. Like, I don't even.
The superintendent of the school on the roof, getting her titties sucked by one of the students
with the sunlight like fucking. Illuminated by the sunlight behind him, like it was some fucking Sistine Chapel type shit.
It was beautiful. It was objectively beautiful. But what was I gonna say? But no, I really do. I feel like maybe I like what you're saying there. Like she's kind of like realized like my mom never got to have a childhood, and I think she deserves to have one, even though she's going about it in a very criminal way.
Yes,
you could just like dress a younger and like go and do like young activities. You don't have to. You don't have to kiss children. It's fine.
Yes.
But
you can do all this stuff as an adult. People like please remember the what is it like C.S. Lewis quote about how putting aside childish things like caring about whether you're being childish or not. Just do that and don't think you have to mentally regress to a child to do childish things. You can do that as a proper adult.
Another good quote on that same line is a quote from the Fourth Doctor from Doctor Who, where he's like, someone's calling him childish, and he's like, well, what's the point of being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think just while we're on Hahari, even though I yapped a lot about her in the beginning, but like. Aside from the pedo stuff, I do relate to the idea of like wishing I could go back to childhood. I think we all do, kind of, right? Do you not? That's interesting.
I mean,
did you have a shit childhood?
I had a good childhood. I mean, we're just more like obviously there are things I couldn't do as a kid that I can do now, but there are things that I could do as a kid that I can't do now. So I mean. So for me, I tend to, because I'm the kind of person who's very much like, it is what it is. I try to make the best of the situation I'm in. I try
shit.
Yeah, I try not to think about things like what could be, unless I have a plan to make that happen. But obviously, you can't make childhood re-happen unless you want to do fucking Hahari type shit.
I've gotten better at not being like what could have been. But I'll tell you this, I do feel like I also had a bit of a missed childhood because I I took a little longer to like develop, I think, mentally. Like it felt like my brain didn't fully develop until I was like 24, which I suppose
Damn.
actually is the when it fully
Oh
develops.
yeah, that is the literal how that. But normally people feel like they're adults way
Yeah,
before that.
that's interesting. Well, yeah. I guess maybe Well, it just felt like all the kids in my school, like not all of them, but like so many of them were like dating and like popular, and like I was just so
Like
such a
that
loser.
feeling that people will swing for. It feels like everyone got the manual on how to live life,
Yes,
but me, that kind of thing.
that's a great
Yeah.
way to put it. Yeah. And like, and like my peak time, I've told you this before, I lost all the weight. I started being a lot more social. I went to like parties. I started drinking for the first time, all in my like mid to upper 20s, right? So I do sometimes feel like I missed out on childhood. I missed out on like crazy college party days. And like, because during those times of my life, I was living with my parents, staying in the basement, hanging out with like my one friend and like watching anime and play video games, right? So I get where she's coming from a little bit, from like the man, I didn't get to like have a high school, like, because I don't remember if it was mentioned. Did she drop out of high school? She must have, right? To raise.
I mean, she was definitely. I mean, I'm sure raising a child was not something like she couldn't just
Yeah.
go to like school while.
So yeah, maybe she got homeschooled at the
Yeah.
most.
I mean, either way, probably that would have taken up a lot of time you normally would spend on normal socializing and even just having fun type shit.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I relate to that, and I that's one of the reasons why like her character is fascinating to me, because I want to see where that goes. And I hope, by the way, because we have very long arcs to play out, because the series is going to go until like 2045.
Yeah.
You know,
the heat death of the universe.
So like I would like to see a lot of these characters heal slowly, and I like that because it can go so long, they can heal at like a realistic pace. And I really want to see that be dealt with, like hey, you don't need to do all this to be happy, or I don't know. Well, I'm not sure how she would heal exactly, but like I'm excited to see where that goes, because I feel the same way sometimes. I'm like, man, I didn't drink when it would have been fun to drink. But again, there are pros to that. I never got in any trouble. I never did anything stupid as a kid. But I feel like, sometimes you got to do some stupid stuff. That's living life, So I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I mean, yeah. I think the reason I don't tend to feel that way, because I mean, I was doing this if I wanted to do. I mean, I had such bad social anxiety. I couldn't even imagine enjoying social interaction with people. So there was no sense of missing out on stuff. Like, what the fuck was I missing out on?
But the way I look at it is like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, I feel like
because I knew exactly what I mean. I've mentioned it before. Like, I've known that I wanted to be a writer since I was like 6 or 7 years old. So like,
still don't even know what I want to do.
Yeah. So like my life has been about how do I do that without having to do all the annoying bullshit like work and school that gets in the way of me doing stuff that I actually want to do, and realize sometimes that stuff is actually helpful for
Yeah, like you said, you got really good writing ideas when you were like having to go on walks around your college, right?
Yeah.
But it's fascinating stuff. These characters are so. I mean, again, like this video is going to be like an hour and a half long. Like,
yeah,
and these are such well written characters, with the exception of
they have. Yes, they don't only have character depth, but they have character breadth, which is something that I really like. This is something that I first, I guess, encountered in the like Grisaya series of visual novels, where like the main girls in that series have a lot of character breadth, where like you learn all these sorts of like the hobbies that they get into, and how really knowledgeable they will be about like say like motorcycles or whatever. And that's something that I try to like put in my own writing, that sort of character breadth rather than just depth, because it's people in real life are we expand out in both the depth direction and the width or breadth direction.
Are you talking about like not just focusing on like one element of the character? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess I'm trying to understand what you mean by that. I'm curious.
Yeah, because like character depth is sort of like the thing where like you'll see like how like they seem like this way at first, but then you learn that they are that way, but it's because of this deeper reason. But like it's like when I imagine that in my head, it's kind of like this like linear sort of line extending out into the past. But like character breadth is sort of like adding multiple lines to the character. Like like how that character I was talking about who was in the motorcycle, like she's also really in like cooking and sort of domestic thing. That's sort of the first
Yeah.
part you see about it. And there's a lot of, she has a lot of depth in that area.
And that's
But
a
she
tightrope.
also
That's like a tightrope to walk, right? Because
yeah.
when you're writing a fictional character, I feel like it has to be semi-focused. Otherwise, it can just come off like you're throwing 37 different traits into a character, and they're
it
not,
definitely
like,
depends on the type of story. Because like that, that was a visual novel, so where it's kind of expected that there's a whole lot of like slice of life moments and stuff where you're allowed to add that kind of like what would normally be superfluous character detail to the thing. Because this is just
because the superfluousness is the point of a slice.
Yeah,
of
you're
life.
basically it's basically like a date. They call it a dating simulator for a reason. And
slice of life.
You're having all that extra info is perfectly acceptable.
To add on to what you're saying too, like I'm sorry, unless you didn't want me to talk yet.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah.
I just
I misheard. I misheard what you said.
Oh, I said to add on to what you were saying. Sorry. Meru and her this like piece of knowledge that she likes roller coasters. I think what makes that good is it's not just like a random thing. It wasn't just thrown out there like, by the way, I like roller coasters. There's like a reason and it makes sense and it fits with her core character. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like roller coasters because always sleepy wakes her up, right? I like that. It's not like when Eiku was introduced, they introduced her as a masochist first and then was like, by the way, I also like baseball, and they didn't like attach it at all. It's like, no, you introduce her as a baseball player. Why is she a baseball player? Because she likes to push herself physically. It's all it meshes and it gels. I think that's what makes it good.
And I mean, and then also we learned that she likes playing hardcore video games, or rather she likes playing video games that have I mean, that's also
they all attach.
Part of the
I like that. And even Rin with like her love of violence. At first you might think the violin is like a weird choice, but you can play violin in a super like you know what I mean?
You can play in a multiple violential sort of way, like I'm sure there's some crazy fucking composer who's added that to like I've seen sort of like these what are essentially just meme compositions where like have you seen the one where like where cannons are apparently a part of the instrumental? Like,
that's a classic. Real cannons are firing in the original recording of that or something.
Yeah, like that's how it's that's the authentic way to play that piece. Obviously I don't know the name of it, but those kind of like fucking silly ass compositions that people have made.
And by the way, just to add on to that Rin thing too, what do you always hear in horror movies? The violin sting. It's so good. I mean, that's such a well thought out character. It's not just. There's nothing that puts me off of a show more than when I'm watching it and I feel like they created a character by just like throwing darts at a dartboard and like smushing random attributes together. You know what I mean? I want the character to feel like it's like purposefully and well crafted. And you get that in spades with this series.
Like every fucking girlfriend is like, I mean, just their names are an example of the amount of thought that's being put in these. Like it's really unfair to the other like manga out there. Yeah, because they cannot keep up. Like most of them just don't even hold a candle. This is like
that's true. Beautiful girl, me.
Yep. I'm going to open. I was like when I saw her say like the movie was shit, I was like, thank God, Mimi is capable of differentiating between like pretentiousness versus like actual beauty and art. Because like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like she's always appraising the beauty of things around her, and she's got decent standards because she's always calling the girlfriends beautiful.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, I was just saying.
But like more to that, I mean, more to that. I mean, this actually made her like quite a bit more attractive to me because like I saw
that she has
for
like
the first
actual
time,
an ability to
analyze
a piece of art.
Well, not just art, she's appraising things to determine whether they're beautiful or not. Like she's not just like passively reacting to something like, oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, she's not just saying it to say it.
Yeah, it kind of recontextualizes all those times before when you call something beautiful, because like now I know that she's actually like thinking about it. Like there's actually something going on up there in her head. It makes me wonder like what are her sense of aesthetics?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep cutting you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It makes me. I want to ask. I want to pick a brain and figure out like what do you consider beautiful? Me, like You know, I mean, like I said, it made her a lot like genuinely attractive to me now. When before I was kind of like, you know, she's a good character, but you know, this was like,
Okay.
oh my, like you know, it's like that. You know, if you've ever had that moment where like someone you know you didn't really think, you know, like thought they're like a cool person or whatever, but then they do something
Mm.
or something happens that makes you look at them in a different way. We're like, oh, I didn't see you that way, but now that I think it's probably you know like, I'm actually like attracted to you. Like that was that weird thing to have
Yeah.
happen to be with a fictional character. But yeah,
On the first day Allie and I met, we were at the mall and we went to the
hmm
bookstore and we both pointed out Made in Abyss, which is the
hmm.
most fucked up,
Yeah.
horrible, not horrible, just horrible in terms of the violence and the agony
Hmm.
and the misery and the
Yeah,
trauma.
no holds bar like fucking
And we
like
both were like, "Oh, that's a really good series." And then we were both were like, "You like that series?" And that was like an instant like green flag to me. I was like,
mhm.
"Okay, here's this like beautiful woman who has read like the fucked up series, the one where like children are getting eaten and getting their arms broken and fucking like
Yeah,
great."
yeah.
Yeah, so but you know it's really interesting to me how you read this scene cuz
Mhm.
I didn't read it totally differently, but I did read it differently than you. I at first when I saw that they were watching an artsy film, I was going to respect her more because I like artsy films.
Mhm.
But I know that there can be bad ones too,
Yeah.
right? But I tend to like deeper, low budget indie films. I really do enjoy that stuff. I like a lot of stuff from A24. I just recently watched I Saw the TV Glow. Have you heard of that one?
TV glow.
It's called I Saw the TV Glow.
Oh,
That's the title
oh,
of it.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have not heard of it.
It's
Obviously,
it's
based on my reaction.
super good. It's on HBO Max, and
Mhm.
it's according to the creator, it's one of those movies where like anyone could probably have like a different interpretation of what it means, but according to the creator, it's like an allegory for like the trans experience.
Mhm.
Really good. It actually made me cry at the end of it. Very powerful stuff. So I actually tend to really like artsy films. So my first thought before I can scroll down was, oh,
Mhm.
this would make me like her more because she's an appreciator of kind of like those deeper indie artsy films. But then she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is shit." So it actually, so I had the opposite.
Oh, I think you like it less.
Isn't that funny?
Crazy.
But
Yeah.
see, you interpreted it as a bad movie. I interpreted it as Rentero's not appreciating how good this movie is. But I don't
Mhm.
know what the movie is, obviously.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. So we have no ground truth to like orient ourselves. So we
Exactly.
just have,
Yeah.
that is actually very interesting. Like, yeah, just
Yeah.
based on what your like orienting perception of the movie is, or based on what
Yeah.
your initial perception of the movie is, that orients whether you see this as like does
A
she have yeah
positive or a
basically
negative.
yeah whether she has good taste or bad taste.
That's
Basically,
so interesting. Yeah. Well, because like I have a
which is
lot of
actually that's a very artsy film. Like that's a very common, effective artsy film, artsy
yeah.
media. You know.
Well, because I've had a lot of experience recently, like trying to like bond with my dad, talk with him about
Mm.
anything other than politics, because who wants to talk about that right now? And I've been trying to get him to watch certain films, and he's just an old guy, and he likes what he likes, and he will give him the films that I recommend him like 5 minutes, and then just be like, no, I didn't like it. It was too weird. You know what I mean? So
Damn.
oh yeah, it's very hard to get him to. He's so stubborn. He's so stuck in his ways. But yeah, so that's kind of where my mind was at. I was like, I love artsy because I'll watch anything. Like even if it's a little shitty, I will experience. I appreciate the experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that was an interesting stuff. And then the other thing is when she's like, "Come to my face even closer." I thought of that
Yeah.
meme. You know the meme, right? Where like two characters are kissing, and do you not know what I'm talking about?
Oh wait, yeah, I think I know.
Where like their
they get
forehead
like
is fucking
grossly
huge.
close, like oh no, okay, yeah.
Oh
Now
no,
I know.
there's that one too. No,
Yeah,
here,
with
hold on.
the fisheye lens one where like what character A sees versus what character B sees.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, I need Rios. I need you to draw this. I need you to draw of that, but of me, please. What?
why haven't you been learning some drawing? Haven't you? Haven't you can probably like this is exactly kind of like
You're right.
kind
I'll
of like
try to draw it.
the meme edit sort of thing where it's very easy. You know, you don't have to like do anything crazy. You just gotta like, you know, you really could just like copy a lot of her
I
face.
did buy I bought a drawing journal, and it's 200 pages, and each page has a drawing prompt on the top.
Ooh.
So it's like yo-yo, skull, so I have been trying, because I have you watched Look Back yet? Look Back is fucking fun.
I haven't. I mean, I've seen like the manga, but I haven't seen the anime yet.
Did you read all the manga?
well, okay, when I say seen the manga, what I mean is I watched like, reviews and things of the manga. So,
Boo. I
yeah,
don't want to.
that's a bad habit of mine. Yes,
I
I
really
like to
don't like.
consume media through secondhand sources because I'm often more interested in the
Ooh.
reception of the media than I am in the media itself.
I
But yeah,
respect it, but try to do better.
yeah,
It's no good. Because to me, I think there's like a troubling trend of people not even wanting to engage with art anymore because it's too long form and they don't have the attention span for it. Which I suppose I know isn't true about you. That's
yeah. Because I mean, I've just been reading. I just finished like today. I was finishing like a 60 chapter hentai manhwa. So that's the kind of stuff that's the kind of stuff that I read. Like, I'll read stuff like that. But
bro,
that's stuff that I'm really interested in. But
if we lived close to each other, I would fucking we'd hang out once a week, and I would sit you down and be like, "We're watching 3 movies today." And
yeah, I mean, I don't really mind that kind of thing because I'm doing it with someone else, so that kind of helps make it more. Like I'm accomplishing more than just watching the movie. I'm also spending time with like a friend and so like that, which makes it easier to like not start feeling like maybe there's something more productive I could do right now, but which is a big problem that I have.
I get it. Yeah, I push that idea out as much as possible because I learned that like when I try to multitask, I actually get nothing done. I'm just like doing both things shittily. Anyway, here comes the meme.
All right, let's see it. Yep. Yes. Good lord. I mean, it did not look that bad. Like, damn, I've been this close to someone's face before. It doesn't look this fucked up.
That's the first one I could find. I'm trying. There's better, more accurate ones I've found before, but like most of them, when I googled it, I got a lot of like blowjob ones where it's like what she sees.
Oh, yep. I've seen those ones as well.
I'm looking for this one where it's like they're kissing and they're like fucking fisheye lens like crazy. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it would actually be a funny chapter idea for like Rentaro to be like, oh no, I've heard about this. If you get too close, it won't look good. But she's so beautiful that somehow she still looks gorgeous no matter how close he gets. Like he's like literally, his eyes are literally like touching her fucking skin, and she's still gorgeous. Like how is this happening?
even her pores are beautiful.
Yeah, her pores are like sparkling. That's crazy. Yeah, this is a nice art though. Nice front facing Mimimi can't hurt you. Front facing Mimimi be like.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like. No, granted, when I saw that bottom right panel, I was like, oh, like that was like, I mean, really, it like these are like these are the traits about her that I like in like other girlfriends too. Like she's very confident and forthright, and like just like it's like Nano and Kisika and Himika, they have that very like type A-ish energy,
Yeah, they're getting. I think that's a theme of this chapter. Is they're getting so much more comfortable around each other. They're more comfortable being naked around each other. They're more comfortable being like I guess except for Eiku.
Yeah,
but I think honestly with Eiku, I think you could read that as she's not super comfortable with her femininity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember. That her first date chapter with Rentaro was all about her being like, "Oh, I'm not girlish enough. I shouldn't be wearing this dress. It looks like a fucking like a fish out of water or whatever."
Yeah, so I wonder if, like you said, she kind of views like when they're hanging out, she's not even thinking about that. And then, oh, I forgot about those. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's so cute. Okay. We have Your Girl. This one, they're all so funny. This one was
okay. Kurt Shizuka on the horizon or whatever.
Beef Suka.
Yeah,
beef.
Before I saw the other, I guess the punchline, I was like, oh, Nana's really becoming so expressive. I'm so proud of her. Like, I mean, I guess that was her love confession to Rentaro was actually very expressive. Like, honestly, always having some really what's the word? Like very gushy love conventions are Rentaro. He's over here like I love you just as you are. I love you as Rentaro, as you have been, as you will be. It's like, damn girl, like Rentaro said, Nana, what's gotten into you?
Yeah, I do want to talk about that and like what you got from that. But first, I do want to talk about what really killed me was her just being like, "Stop!"
Yeah.
Stop.
That's why I say like she's so expressive. Like, Nano, you've grown so much.
This disgusts her. Like, why? It's like visceral. It reminds me of
this mockery.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it reminds me of. In One Piece, there is a bit in Punk Hazard. Have you heard of that arc, Punk Hazard? I don't know how much you know.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
So there's an arc, Punk Hazard. Law, the character, he because this has to happen in every anime at one point. He body swaps the Straw Hats. So
I didn't even know that was a thing. It was a recurring thing in One Piece.
See, not a recurring thing in One Piece. It happens once in Punk Hazard.
Oh.
Yeah. He just has the power to do that. What?
Because it's not like you said. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I meant it's a recurring thing in every anime. Every anime has to have a body swap episode.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I meant to say. Sorry. No. Just that one time in One Piece, Law swaps their bodies just to kind of like slow them down, distract them, and Frankie, the big cyborg, guy, goes into Chopper's body, the cutesy little reindeer.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where Frankie is like doing like his like creepy little smile, and he does it in Chopper's body, and Robin is like, Frankie, I need you to never fucking do that ever again in Chopper's body. And then he's like laughs it off, and she's like, no, I'm serious. Do not. I'll kill you.
I will hurt you.
Yeah. Like, because
I don't care if it's Chopper's body, I'll kill you.
Yeah. Well, she loves Chopper. She finds him so cute, and it's just perverse. It's like, this is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I call it cursed Shizuka for a reason. Like, I mean, yeah, they call it beefstick over here, but this is cursed.
It is. And by the way, so glad this was a dream, because I'm gonna be real.
I was like, too much. Rentaro, my man, like, I appreciate what you're going for here, but this is too much.
This would have. It would have been a small thing because we have almost 200 chapters here, so it wouldn't have like ruined Rentaro, but this would have been like docking some points. This would have been like you have to walk that fine line when writing a character like this, and like they've done a good job at keeping him feeling like a real person for the most part. Yeah, this would have been too much, very much too much, very weird. And not charming at all. So I'm so glad it was a dream. I'm so glad it was a nightmare. But so now I guess the question is this, like, this big, long, protracted thing she says to him at the end. What do you make of that? Like, why did that disturb her so? Is it just because cursed? Is there not a deepness to it?
I mean, I'm
just trying to wonder if there's like a deepness. Yeah. Is there a depth to this?
I don't think there's from the specific interaction. I mean, we've seen Nano say these sorts of like, like I said, incredibly heartfelt, like expressive, gushy, love things. I mean, I think that's a part of Nano's character. She's very she's very serious about what she does. Like she's very forthright. Like I said, when she does something, she does it, basically 100%. And we're seeing this with her love confession, and apparently also with her dreams. When she has weird, wacky dreams, she does it 100%.
I can't get over, dude. I'm sorry, it's so funny. I hope you're visualizing the same thing I am with the stop.
Yeah,
stop.
Like there isn't even like an exclamation. Like he's just like
stop.
Like he's yelling it, but without an exclamation.
Yeah, it's probably more like stop. Yeah, stop. Like I can't. I wish I could like transplant it into your brain, but like Allie will do this. Sometimes.
I'm hearing like stop. Like,
yeah,
like very loud, but but not like
but stern and serious. Yeah,
yes.
Like Allie will do this sometimes, where like I'll start to like tell a joke or like that she's heard before and she hates, or like I'll like point out some gross thing. I'll be like I don't know, like show some gross video, and she'll be like stop. Yeah, it just reminds me of that. Just like no other words needed. Like no, absolutely not. She didn't even take time to process. She was like, I reject this.
Yeah, I love like in the gym she smacked everything off of him except the loincloth he's apparently wearing under his skirt.
And the hair.
Like I wonder, is he still bald? Like I mean, like we just recently saw like with the Momiji chapter, like he is like, isn't he so bald? Like has this man ever had hair since chapter whatever the fuck?
I'm glad he has a good wig at least, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, that's crazy. But yeah, and just to continue the conversation on like the appeals of these girls and like what makes them so cute. With Nano, it's like I have a friend. I've told you about him before. His name's Andy. Not Andrew. That's different. They're different people. It's confusing.
Okay, yeah.
Andy is very, very straightforward. Very Nano-like. But, like, I don't know. He can be funny. He's not, like, 100% Nano. Because I don't think not a lot of people are 100% Nano.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, he's, like, it's impossible for him to, like, lie, basically. Like, I don't know if I ever told you this. When my ex that I've talked about many times, Rebecca... Rebecca's a common name. I was like, oh, have I said that before? Rebecca, yes, that was her name. she, you know, I've mentioned before, we didn't really click very well, and, you know, I was in a bad place, and my standards were really low, and we met on Discord, and it was not great. And Andy's this is the type of guy Andy is. I brought her over to, like, hang out at his house, and he literally said to me while she was in the bathroom, like, this is who you're going with, huh? Like the first time, and at the time I was pissed, because I was like, I was all in on this relationship, but I look back and I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you were right though, actually. You know, that's the kind of guy he is. So the reason I bring that up is because this is a guy who very rarely says, you know, thank you or please. He very rarely hugs you. He very rarely expresses, like, he's fun. He's a good guy, but he doesn't, like, say these things. You know what I mean? It's more implied. He's a very
more action.
What's up?
Like more action rather than words.
Yeah, because I don't want it to come off like he's an asshole, because, like, he's offered, like when people were having, like, issues like paying rent, he's offered to help.
Yeah, he's like that kind of person who will give you a shirt off their back, but they're not gonna shower you with, like, words of affection.
He's not an emotional guy. He's not a sentimental guy. Yeah. But, like, the reason I bring that up is because when he does compliment you, when he does get emotional and say thank you and you're a good friend, or when he does, God forbid, give you a hug or a high five it means the world, because he so rarely does it, right? So Nano just saying this straightforward, I think it means more, because you know that she's not flowery language just to flowery language. This is all 100% what she means. Yeah.
She truly means that she loves him in the past, present, and future. She loves him in every universe.
It's very, very cute. And Nano's absolutely been growing on me as well. They basically all are. Except for 3 of them.
Yes, I knew that asterisk was there.
Who's the third again? The cousin.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yes.
I was like, I hate the second maid. I hate the number girl. What was the third one? The cousin's more like right in the middle for me at this point. I
think Mimi for you was the third. Actually the third one.
She's also not as bad as the number girl in the second maid though. Like there's lines to this. I would put, and I don't know if I had this different in the past, but as of right now, my current shit would be I gotta remember their names. Hold on, my training. Number girl. Ooh, it's fading from me. What was number girl's name? Wait, give me the first sound.
Well, okay, her name is simple. It's like one syllable, so I can't really
give you the first letter.
Yes.
Suki. Saki.
Well, okay, you're overcomplicating her name. You got it. Yeah, it's
Sue. Sue. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sue, F tier. Mimi, F tier. Beautiful girl, D tier. Cousin.
Okay, that's Mimi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oops. Whoa.
Yeah, you meant my, right?
I did. Yep. My F tier, Sue F tier, Mimi D tier, and cousin D tier, I think, would be my bottom boys. Bottom girls, whatever. What is gender? And if you want to have a gender, subscribe.
No. If you have a gender, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Damn, dude, we're not gonna have any non-binary subscribers. What the fuck? You can't say that.
I mean, okay, whether you have one or not, you can. Well, no. We know that non-binary people, they were already gonna like and comment. We're so welcoming and with safe space. Like they don't need to be told.
We deserve all non-binary viewership. We don't have to work for it. We just deserve it.
Yeah. Are they them baddies are batting for us? Like
we gotta come up with a better one. That was not good. If you want to ride the euthanasia coaster, subscribe.
No. Ride the euthanasia coaster to that comments, right into that comment, subscribe button. I don't know, you make your last action.
Make your last action a good one.
Something meaningful.
If you want to play strip poker with us, okay, I'm done.
You want to hear more? We already used it before. You want to hear more about our daily lives or whatever? Consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Do we? I'm gonna do Smosh. If you
push the subscribe button to grab the towel and hide your soaked through A-cup titties. Do it now before your boyfriend blushes too hard and remembers that you're a girl.
Yep. I guess that's gonna be the best. That's all, folks. We've
entered Yap Zone.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Like
before we end Yap Zone, I know you can't see my screen, but check the thigh gap on Eiku.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
It's an excellent thigh gap.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is something that well, actually, no, I was gonna say this is something that I do take issue with some artists.
This
I think
is a realistic one. She's like super fit and skinny.
I moved on to. I was saying it before I even got to the page yet, but when I got, I was like,
no, this isn't one of those ones
that.
where there's the gap and then like lower on the legs, their fat touches.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I mean, yeah.
Well, hold on. Wait, say what you're gonna say.
There are some people like that, but it's.
Well, I thought you
artists,
had some moral conundrum.
When artists do it, oh no. Basically what I was going to say was, artists will often put a thigh gap in that makes no anatomical sense. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
If any character is going to have one, it's Eiku. Look at her. Yeah. She's fucking like 100% muscle.
Yeah, 0% body fat.
Yeah. Like. Oh my god. You just know that you could grate cheese on her fucking. I guarantee you, she's got like. I know that they don't. I know we've seen her fucking shirtless and she doesn't have abs, but like I believe that they're right under there. I believe that it's one of those. Like,
okay, well, I guess she's not 0% fat. She has a healthy amount of fat, but also underneath that, she's got a healthy amount of muscle.
I'll tell you right now.
Best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Best of both worlds.
I know that. Yeah, so there'd be a squish, but you wouldn't have to push very hard to get the abs. You'd feel them underneath. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the womanly squish, and then you push a little further. And there's those manly abs. Every single. And also, I've said this before. Her hair is fucking awesome. I love her hair.
Yeah, I mean, damn, that hair does look gorgeous. Nice. Like that cut is like. Yeah. Like, I like the cut. I like your G cut. Whatever.
I like your G spot. Shoves fingers up ass. And with that, peace.
Oh my god. Well, we can't talk about season 2 of the anime because like. Something that I noticed that I think is
and if you want to hit our G-spots, subscribe!
Yes, our male prostate is there for taking, like, we're not afraid to experience some...
I left my G-spot in one place. It's up to you to find it.
Yeah, by liking, like, it's the like button. It's directly connected to the like button. For every time you press the like button, we experience...
I do. When I get the notification, I go,
cam girls with, like, vibrators up our asses that are connected to.
Bro,
now we're getting.
That'd be kind of fun.
Now we're
actually.
getting crazy. Okay. Anyway, what I was gonna say.
Put vibrators up our asses, and every time we. How do we do this? Every time.
Yeah, every like, comment, and subscribe, it goes off.
Yeah, while we're streaming, so like every time you fucking like don't like sub to chat or something. Anyway, moving on. My God. The anime. This video is already an hour and 45 minutes. Do you really want to talk about the anime?
They'll deal with it. They'll have
to. Incredible.
Yes. I was going to say, I think it's really fucking ingenious how, and all the promotional stuff, they mentioned...
Yo, Maya's a secret, right? Is that what you're gonna say?
Maya's a secret. Yeah. That was smart. Like genius type shit, like cinema type shit. Hold hands up,
because I was upset that I was like, these fucking advertisements, they're like giving the game away. Half the fun is the surprise, but they're getting Maya's gonna be a little seeky. Yeah, because you're right. I mean, they're gonna think that it's just like, oh, that's the maid from the end of season 1. She's just gonna be like a support character. You fool! There are no female support characters. Every single one of them are girlfriends.
Now, to be fair, I do remember seeing in the anime Reddit discussion, people were saying like, oh, wait a minute, May never opened her eyes, so that might mean, and people were actually saying the exact same thing in the manga way back when. So like, these are not like, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out, but still.
What are you talking about? This is fucking cinema. This is Shakespeare.
Yeah. Yes, and real Shakespeare and cinema can be understood by all ages. So it's like,
wow,
fun for all ages. Well, now, granted, this I don't know if I want to show us all ages, but
no,
like at least be like 14, 15, like
yeah.
It wasn't that crazy in here, but yeah.
I think a healthy sexual appetite is important for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're asexual. Unless you don't want.
Then that I guess that's if having I guess if you're if you're asexual and having no sexual appetite is healthy, then that's
Here's
no sexual.
I'll revamp what I'm saying. Everyone should have a healthy appetite for something. Life is not worth living unless you have that burning desire for something. Desire is life, in my opinion, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
That I can agree with.
yeah, so I love like like having a goal to like be good at yo-yo, having a goal to finish this manga, high score this video game, or fuck whatever it is. Have a goal. Except for, don't be like, I want to be the richest man in the world. That's a cummy goal. A cummy goal? A cunty goal.
It's cummy, yeah, I think is what you meant.
Cummy goal.
Oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
You really,
with that one,
we could have had the excellent the G-spot ending, and you fucking, you stretched it out, just like you're going to stretch out my G-spot.
I don't think a G-spot, it's never mind.
No. Goodbye.
We've already become crude enough.
I love you all genuinely. If you're still here after the hour and 50 minutes,
if indeed you still are,
I fucking love you guys so much. I have so much fun doing these reviews.
Same here.
I'm so happy we're building a community here, and I hope to keep it growing and look forward. It's actually exactly a month away. Our Christmas stream.
Yeah, I've started to scrape the bottom of the barrel for presents I can come with. So I'm probably just going to start doing some simple shit. But
I'm so simple shit. What do you talking about?
Because a lot of them where I'm trying to be as on point and related to the girlfriend as possible. But
don't make it boring though. I was meaning to talk to you about this, right? Like, try not to be like so ridiculously on the nose. Like make it. Just like the girls are reverse flanderized, don't flanderize your gift. You know what I mean?
Oh well, yeah, because I'm trying to keep like within like $100 budget. Because this is 30 gifts for 30 different people. No, that's a lot of money.
$100 per girl.
Per gift, right?
Like for example, like I'm not just gonna I am gonna get something like sex toy related for Hahari, but it's not just gonna be that, right? Because she's got multiple facets. I might get her some flowers with it because she likes to be feminine. You know what I mean? Like we gotta treat these girls like the real people that they are, and they are. And don't tell me otherwise. They're real.
Yep. Nakamura, he knows like 100 different people. He's just writing the lives, the life and times of his these people he knows. Crazy.
I've said this before, but like my favorite type of series is one that transcends that like feeling that it's fiction, and it feels like more like they're opening a portal and you're just like watching like an actual thing play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like voyeuristically.
It's like when I forget that it's fiction. Like, so have you ever been so sucked into something that you almost like forget that you're reading something, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely happened.
Not literally, but like, you just get so into it. That was me with dude. Have we ever talked about how much I love Undertale? Oh,
maybe, so but good. Yeah, I don't mind hearing it again whether I have.
I know it's like overplayed because it's popular now, but fuck, I love Undertale so fucking much, dude. Like, and that metaphor I just used about how like it feels like I'm not playing something, but like I've opened a portal and I'm like actually like interacting with like these real people's lives. I felt that in Undertale because of the way that he like wrote the dialogue. You know what I mean? Like that game is notorious for like, you go through, you kill a character will guilt trip you for it. So then you go back, delete your save, restart, not kill her, but the game remembers. Because when you push delete, it's all still part of the game. It never actually deletes it. So you go back, you don't kill the character, then that same character that guilt tripped you is like, oh, I see what you did. You felt guilty, and you went back. Well, don't think that we didn't see that. Like that shit is fire. And yeah, it's little decisions like that make you feel... I did a whole fucking... Have you ever heard of the concept of a PowerPoint night with friends? I think we've discussed this. Oh,
I've seen similar. I remember this podcast called the PCP podcast would do this thing where one of the each of the members would like do like their own like 2-hour presentation like of some media thing. That's how I learned like all the lore of the what was it called, the Animorphs series, and that was
hell yeah, exactly
insane. But yeah.
That's super. It's a really fun idea. Right? Like, every friend gets like to autistically hyperfixate about something that they really want to do in like a professional setting. I did mine on fourth wall breaking in media, but fourth wall breaking that's not comedy. Like dramatic fourth wall breaking, right? Because people, when they think fourth wall breaking, they think Deadpool. They think, you know,
100 girlfriends.
yeah, they think like, is Shueisha gonna be okay with this? Wah, wah. You know, but like there's fourth wall. There's ways to break the fourth wall that can be dramatic or even like scary, right? You know, one of the ones I think of is in the Marvel What If series that they were doing on Disney Plus. There's a point where Ultron like he's tried to like he got like obsessed with like killing all life in every universe, and there's a point where he like looks towards the screen and he's like, I hear you, and for a second you think it's like you that he's hearing, but it's actually the Watcher. But you know, like that's an example of like you almost broke the fourth wall there, and it was terrifying. I love media where it makes you a character. You know what I mean? Like you are dragged in and you become part of the narrative. In Undertale, you are a character. There are multiple characters that will refer to you. They'll be like, "Hey, you," not you, the one listening. You know what I mean? Like
like that is something that video games really kind of have over all the other types of media. Like more than any other type of media, they can do that. Like they can kind of do like the most with that fourth wall breaking sort of thing. Like make it actually interacting with the character.
Like right now in Deltarune, his game after Undertale, there's only 2 chapters out right now, but the big theory right now is, so Chris, the character you're playing as, the implication, the massive implication is that you are a parasite inside of Chris's body. You are controlling Chris. There's that little, you know, the heart that's like synonymous with his games, the little like red heart. There's a part at the very end of chapter 1, he rips out that heart and throws it into a cage. And during that cutscene, you can still move. If you push the arrow buttons, you move as the heart, while Chris is doing his own thing. So the implication, So the game is this constant like tit tat back and forth, where Chris desperately wants freedom from you, this parasite that's controlling him. Such a cool idea. It sucks you into the narrative. You are part of the game, and you're kind of the bad guy. You know?
Yeah.
So cool. Anyway, that was the after yap. We're 5 minutes away from 2 hours, but I do not want. I do need to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna end. Otherwise, I would stretch it to 2 hours just for funsies. You got any final thoughts there, Rouse?
Rin chapter next week. Let's go. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Peak girls. Nemu's on her way to being a peak girl. Okay, if she becomes an adrenaline junkie, I'm so down. All right, let's go. Everybody, print out the Eiku, frame it, and put it on your wall, and pray to it every night. Do that thing that they did in like fucking Pompeii, where they take a little water and like spritz it. You seen that? I don't know if that's real. I saw it on Doctor Who.
Okay. I don't know about it, so.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a part in Doctor Who where they're in Pompeii and like they have like these like marble carvings on the wall of like, and they're like, don't forget to give your prayers to the gods, and they like dip their hands in like some water and like fucking like spritz the little marble like carving of their god on the wall. I don't know if that's a thing they actually do or not, but the Doctor Who.
I think it might be.
It's Doctor Who. I don't know how reliable that is, but I assume they do base research when they do a time travel episode. Yeah, you know, give your daily prayers to wet shirt Eiku, and with that,
as well as as well as naked PTSD trans Momoha, but yeah,
not as good.
Yeah, or rather, stripping Momoha. She's not undergoing any sort of PTSD induced food state. She's totally consenting.
Yeah, Momoha right before with like she's got where her pussy's out, but the bra's still on.
Yeah,
that is. I didn't notice that. I'm glad you brought that up. That she fucking instantly was like, "Here's them stank panties, boy," and they like wet slap on his face. By the way, she needs to clean up that tent, man.
Yeah, I mean that's some real bitch. You live like this type shit.
It's kind of gross. Like I was like, man, I would not enjoy. Like I'll be honest.
I can see why Maya's always cleaning up her shit. Cause like I'd be like, I cannot in good conscience allow you to like live like this. Like,
yeah, can we please go hang out at like my house or like I don't know, like we have
like outside, just outside.
Yeah, can we take a walk?
Honestly, cleaner.
We know Hahari. She can like pay for a love hotel or something.
If I pay for it, I mean like literally buy out the whole place. Yeah, not one room, all.
We might need the whole love hotel at pretty soon here, you know, for all the girls. That's crazy. All right, we're 2 minutes away from 2 hours at this point.
No, I think it'd be better. Like
if it's 1 hour 59 minutes.
Yes, like make it that it's like in the when you're defusing the bomb. It's like we got
Yeah.
we got like 0.1 second, and we it'd actually be even better if we left like right at like 1 hour 59 minutes 59 seconds. But I don't know if we want to.
This is so stupid. Only if you can come up with something interesting to talk about for the next minute and a half.
Yeah, I don't think I have it in me.
I'm tapped out. Do you see though?
Yeah, my 1,000 words of notes for this. We've gone through them all.
I genuinely missed you, man. This was really
Mm-hmm.
it was really good to talk to you again. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, those 2 weeks though, they felt like 14 days, not 2 weeks. Man.
You know what made it extra hard? The same 2 weeks that this was on break, One Piece was on break.
Mm-hmm.
So no One Piece, no 100 Girlfriends. I had Hunter x Hunter, thank God. That was something at least, but yeah.
I had those. I had those 2 episodes of Dawn to Dawn. Fucking episode 7. Oh boy,
that gave me goosebumps, man. The fucking the part where she's the part. Everyone knows the part.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we'll end on 159, which is very funny.
Yep.
We almost made it, boys. The people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? This is such a long fucking review."
It's worth it.
Yeah, I hope you feel treated. We've treated you today. Oh, please say what you're gonna say, and then honestly, we can do the 59 seconds at this point. We'll have.
It's been 1 hour for 1 week, so it's been 2 weeks. That means you get 2 hours.
Yep, you get us for an hour.
That's the conversion rate.
An hour a week. That's what we gift to you. Okay, some people would pay for this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.